Hi my dear students, welcome to Unacademy. This is your V Reddy sir. As we are continuing the problems of discussion, that is daily 15 problems we are discussing, and today's class also we are going to discuss the another 15 problem solutions we are going to see. And so regarding the problems and all, and you do follow me in this Telegram group. So you can search in the Telegram app, you can search BV Reddy GATE. There you can get my group and you can join that group, and there you will get the daily problems including the solutions are uploaded. Fine. And the students who are filling for the Unacademy subscription, they can use a code of BV Reddy to get the maximum discount. Use a code of BV Reddy, you will get the maximum discount. Okay, chalo, let's continue our discussions. And these are new batches which are starting, you can see. And these are new batches we are starting here. You can see now we have taken this as a control systems, signals and systems, and this digital logic DLD, and in addition to that, so the mass EMF networks courses are running, and you can use the code of BV Reddy to get the maximum discount. So let's continue our discussions now. So we have completed previously the day 5 problems we have completed, and in the today's class we are going to see the day 6 problems. Fine. And let us continue our discussions now here. Hope all of you might be solved all the problems. Yes, and do verify your keys. Now see the first problem what they given. They given this as the trace of a matrix, they given as a 6. Now they asking to find what will be the trace of a 4a. So the trace of a matrix, the trace of a Ka, which is given as what you tell me now here, K into trace of a matrix A. Here, so the trace of a 4a they give, we need to find, which is given as 4 into trace of the matrix A, which is given as what we can say here, 4 into 6. So what I will get now here, 24. So this is the trace of the matrix. Next one here, trace of A given, trace of B given. Now they ask him to find what will be the trace of A into B. Now see this thing here, trace of AB, and which is not equal to trace A into trace B. Remember, trace of AB which is not equal to trace A into trace B. So that's the reason we cannot talk about the trace of AB. In that cases, if you want to get what we need to know, we need to know the A and B values and multiply, and then we can see the trace. So that's why option 4. Right. Next, now here you see this thing here. Now I can do the trace of BA. Why? Because I know the two matrices I know now. So first we'll find the product of the two matrices. BA 1 0 0 0 3 0 0 4 5 into A matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 0. Now let's multiply these two matrices. What will get now here? And this rows with these columns now tell me here. So this is 1 0 0. Yes, now here multiply here, this is 2. Next, which is equal to 3. Next, if I multiply here, so what I will get now here? 12. Right. So that, and which is given as what will get now? 15. and this is given as 18, isn't it? Next this one. So what will get now here? 4 plus 4, 16, 16 plus 7, isn't it? What will get now here? So 16 plus 75, 35 will get. So this is 16 plus 35. Next what now here it is a 4 into 5, 20, 20 plus 5. Next here what will get now? 0 and so here 24. Now the trace of this matrix means only the principal diagonal elements only na. The trace of the matrix means sum of these principal diagonal elements. So the trace of BA, which is given as, tell me, 1 plus 15 plus 24. So tell me the answer is how much? You tell me 40. Next, if A and B are the two matrices they given, and they given that A transpose into B and B into A transpose both are defined, right? Now so this the order of this matrix they given as a 3 cross 4. Now what is the order of the A transpose? You tell me now here. That is 4 cross 3. Now for this validity of A transpose into B, the condition is what? You tell me. When this will be valid, the transpose, the order of this matrix, which is equal to 4 cross 3. So then what could be the order of B so that this matrix multiplication is valid? So these columns must be equal to rows, isn't it? Next, even we need to validate the B into A transpose also must be valid they given. So A transpose means 4 cross 3. So then this order must be, what should be here? Something cross, this must be 4. So for the validity of this thing, I can say this must be 4 and this must be a 3. Then only both A into A transpose into B, B into A transpose is applicable. So what is the order of the matrix B? Tell me now here. That is 3 cross 4. So the first option is correct. Right? Next one. Next problem. A box A contains 3 red balls and 2 black balls. So they has given box A contains 3 red balls and 2 black balls. And they given that box B contains and 2 red balls and 3 black balls. Right. Now, one ball is drawn at random and from the box A and placed it in the other box, box B. The ball drawn at random from the box B and placed in box A thereafter. Okay. From box A to box B, one transfer, box B to box A also one transfer happened. The probability that the composition of the balls in the two boxes remains unchanged. Means whatever the ball we have transferred from A to B, same ball we need transfer from B to A. Now see this thing, tell me. First, let us consider from the box A, I have picked the red ball. What's the probability of getting a red ball here? That is 3 by 5. This red ball I placed in the second box, right? Now I need to pick the ball from the second box, but I need to ensure that so here same composition must be there, should not change. For that, what are the ball I have placed in the box B, same ball I need to pick it now here. That means how many red balls now here? 3 red balls, that is 3 by total balls are 6 plus. And what's the probability of getting the black ball? So in the first box 2 by 5. Now the black balls, one increases now 4, that is 4 by 6, isn't it? So which is equal to 9 plus 8 by 30. which is equal to 17 by 30, right? Next one. A number is chosen from the first 100 natural numbers, the probability that it is a multiples of this thing. So that means those numbers must be divisible by 4 or 6. Now let us see how many numbers are there which are divisible by 4. For this purpose, what I will do here, simply divide this 100 with the 4. How much will get now? 25. So that means that 25 numbers are there from the first natural numbers. What I can say here, probability that number divisible by 4, which is equal to 25 by 100. Next, let us see how many numbers are there which are divisible by 6. So here, so how many here? 16, 96 now here. So that means 16 numbers are there. So what is the probability that number divisible by 6 is? That is 16 by 100. Next, now I need to have, is there any common things between these two? 4 and 6, we need to see the common things. For that we will take the LCM. Now tell me 2 2s and 3s. What will get now here? 6 into 2, 12. So let us divide this thing with that 100 with that 12. So how many will get now here? So here, so what will get now? Again 4. That means how many numbers are there which are divisible by both 4 and 6, which is nothing but 8 by 100. Isn't it, all of you now? Now I need to get what you tell me now here. They asking to get the numbers should be divisible by both 4 as well as a 6, which is given as what we can say now, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So which is given as, tell me now here, P of A, which is 25 by 100, 16 by 100 minus 8 by 100. So you tell me now totally how much you will get here, and which is equal to 33 by 100. So this is an option, fourth option. Next, the results of an examination in two papers A and B for 20 candidates were recorded as follows. Okay, so they given that 8 students passed in paper A, 7 students passed in paper B, 8 are failed in both. Now here, if one student selected a random probability that the candidate has failed, here they are asking to find the failure nature. So if I call this as a P of A is a probability of failing, so here fail in paper A. If I call, so this means what the P of A tell me, they given that 8 is passed. So how many fail you tell me now here? 12 are failed, not 12 by 20, and B is a fail in paper B. So what we can say now, P of B. So how many failed in paper B? You see this thing here, 7 are passed, means 13 are passed now here, and they given that both failed, P of E intersection B, which is given as a 8, so 8 by 20. Okay, so then what we can say, probability of the student failed in both A and B, and which is given as 12 plus 13 minus 8 by 20. So how much will get, you tell me? 17 by 20. So the third options. Next, in a class there are 10 men, 20 women. Okay, so here 10 men and 20 women. So out of them, half of the number of men and half of the number of women have brown eyes. Means what they given now here, so 10 men are there. So here men's we have 10 and women's we have a 20. In this now they are saying this as what we can say now here. So here 5 members has a brown eyes, 5 members don't have brown eyes. Okay, so not brown eyes. And here 20, here 10 members has a brown eyes, and these fellows will have a no brown eyes. Isn't it? This is the scenario. Now you tell me now, what is out of them a person is chosen at random, the chance that the person chosen to be a man or a brown eyed person. That means they are asking to find the M union brown eyed person. Isn't it? So can you tell me what is the probability of selecting a man? How many men are there totally? 10 by 30. And probability of selecting a brown eyed person totally, so 5 have a brown eyed in men, 10 has a in women, totally 15 members has a brown eyes, right? And what is the probability of selecting the men, and those men must have a brown eye intersection. How many men have brown eye? You tell me now. 5, so that is 5 by 30. Now they are asking P of M union B, which is given as what now? Directly from the P of M, P of B minus P of M intersection B. So what I can say, 10 plus 15 minus 5 by 30. So which is given as what now? 20 by 30, that is 2 by 3. Next, the probability that a man will live for 20 more years is 3 by 5, and the probability that his wife will be live for 20 more years is 2 by 3. Okay, now what is the probability that, so here only one will be alive for the more than 20 years at the end of 20 years means, so here only one person has to be live. Men, if the man is live, so here woman has to, should not. If the woman is there, men should not. Isn't it? This is the probability. And this probability of living which is independent of each other, isn't it? P of M bar plus and P of M bar into P of woman. Let us simplify this thing. P of M, men live more than 20 years, which is equal to 3 by 5, and women, so not live, so this is for living, it is a 2 by 3, not living is 1 by 3, plus men 2 by 5, and that is 2 by 3, and you can simplify now here, that is 3 plus 4 by 15, so 7 by 15. Next problem. Right. So limit x tends to 0. So if I substitute directly, we will get undefined form. So let's go for the L'Hospital rule. So secant x derivative, which is given as secant ax into tan ax into a minus b into secant bx into tan bx. So which is into 2x derivatives. Again if I do here, so this is a into, it is secant ax into u into v again. So which is secant tan ax means what we can say, secant square ax into a plus. Next what I will get now here, this is, so a into secant x, secant x into tan x, so that is secant square ax into tan ax minus b square into, same thing will come now, secant bx into secant square bx plus, again again, so this is b square into what I will get now here, secant square bx into tan bx by, so denominator is what you tell me now, 2. Yeah, you tell me now here. If I substitute x is equal to 0, so the tan value will become 0. This term will become 0. So here secant x, this is 1 and this is also 1. So what happens now here, a square minus b square by 2. Next one. Next problem here you see, sin x, 87 problem missing, 88. Fine, let's see this problem, thereafter we'll talk about the 87 also. Now you see this thing here. Yeah, tell me what we can do here. Also 0 by 0 form. So as we know here, I am doing this as sin A into sin B, which is given as 1 by 2 into what? Cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. Right. So now you tell me now here what I will get here. So this is sin x into, and this term 1 by 2 into, so what I will get, you see this thing here, cos of A minus B, subtraction here will get this as a 2x now, minus, and cos of A plus B, which is equal to 2 pi by 3 by derivative. So here this is x. Now so which we can modify this thing as sin x by x 1 by 2 into, so which is given as what you tell me now here, cos 2x minus what you tell me now here, which is equal to cos, which is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Now if I substitute the limit now here, 1 by 2 into sin x by x is 1 into, so this is cos 0 is 1, cos 0 which is 1 plus 1 by 2. So what we'll get now here, this is 1 by 2 into, this is 3 by 2. So which is equal to what you tell me, 3 by 4. Next. So see this problem here, that is limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x by 1 minus cos 2x by x square into, this is sin 5x by, remodifying this thing as 5x, so multiply with 5x and 1 by, so this is sin 3x by 3x, yes, into 3x. Check this thing all of you. Now I will treat this as a 2 terms. Now this x will get cancelled, so we'll get this as 5 by 3 outside. And you see this thing, this value is 1, now tell me this value which is also 1. And then what else we have, limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x by x square. And if you remember this formula, 1 minus cos ax by x square, limit x tends to 0, which is given as a square by 2. Or we can, if you don't remember, you can apply the L'Hospital, we can do it, which is given as, that is 5 by 3 into, which we can say this as 1 cos plus 2 sin 2x by what we can say now here, 2x. Now tell me now here, this is 5 by 3, 5 by 3 into what you can see now here. If I again one more time differentiation, if you do, it will become 0 plus 4 into cos 2x by 2. So what I will get now, this is 5 by 3 into 2, which is equal to 10 by 3. Now see the next problem. Now limit x tends to 5. So which we are writing it as sine square x minus 5 into, that is, tan of x minus 5. This is x minus 5 into x plus 5, right? Into x minus 5. And so which is given as, this is sine of x minus 5 by x minus 5 whole square into what we have here, that is tan of x minus 5, x minus 5, and multiply and divided with x minus 5. Now you can see now here limit x tends to 5, so that this term will becomes 1 and this term will becomes 1. And when x is equal to 5, so what happens now here, this term will become 0. Now tell me, isn't it? So third option. I think some problems, why this 87, 80, this numbers are not displaying some issue, I think so. Fine, yeah. So these remaining problems we'll discuss in the next class. Okay then, that's for the today's session. We'll meet in the next class. See you, bye bye.